Corporate Windows machines worldwide went berserk, and the blue screen of death took over everything from hospitals, banks, even airports. The proposed cause of this digital death was a bug that got injected to these devices via a security update. But how exactly did it happen? Let's find out, as this is Microsoft's global outage decrypted. On early Friday, Australian companies using Microsoft's Windows OS began seeing those dreaded blue screens of death. You know, it's the kind of situation when Windows decides to just shut down unexpectedly due to a serious issue. Chaos ensued, as the problem quickly spread worldwide, affecting places like the UK, India, Germany, the Netherlands, and even the US. Even major airlines like United, Delta, and American had to hit pause on all flights. A global ground stop. Turns out the culprit was a faulty update from Crowdstrike, a big cybersecurity player since 2012. Their software, used by heavyweights like Fortune 500 companies in banking, energy, healthcare, and food sectors, had a glitch specifically hitting computers running Windows. Okay, let's talk about Crowdstrike for a moment. Crowdstrike's stock is down right now, and it's no surprise since everyone's blaming them for causing the blue screens of death. Luckily for Mac OS and Linux users, they dodged this bullet. To get why this happened, let's break down how Crowdstrike's Falcon sensor works. It's installed like regular software updates, but integrates deeply with the OS, often using kernel mode drivers. Just to make things easier, kernel mode drivers are the ones that operate at the very core of Windows, ensuring proper communication between the OS and hardware devices, allowing for efficient and direct access to system resources. Okay, coming back to Falcon Sensor, it just sits there quietly, monitoring anything suspicious, collecting data, producing reports, and offering all kinds of complex features to justify Crowdstrike's huge company valuation. But the problem here is the deployment of its third-party software in a critical spot, so if it is problematic, the whole computer can crash, and that's exactly what went down. You see, big public companies are under huge pressure to secure their computer systems and face constant audits from third parties. These companies are never going to hire a huge team of security experts. Instead, they'll end up paying a company like Crowdstrike millions each year to handle their cybersecurity. What these big companies fail to understand is that giving one company kernel access to most Fortune 500 computers is risky. One bad automatic update and boom, everything falls apart. Apparently, an automated update Thursday night had some bad code, and once it got installed on a device, it died. The real kicker is this wasn't just a regular outage. Every affected computer needed to be rebooted in safe mode so the driver can be manually removed, and most employees don't know how to do that themselves. So IT folks, they had a tough time dealing with hundreds of dead bodies in every single workplace. As bad as this situation sounds, every tech person around the globe had something to say about it. David Brumley, a professor of electrical and computer engineering at Carnegie Mellon, called this a perfect storm. Their code was buggy, and it was just a ticking time bomb, he says. Brumley points out that 3 crucial steps cybersecurity teams should follow when rolling out an update. First, rigorous software testing to catch bugs. Second, testing on different types of machines. Third, a slow rollout to smaller groups to catch any issues early. He added that companies like Google roll out updates gradually, so if something goes wrong, the damage is limited. Let alone academics and tech geeks, regulators around the world started to peep into the issue. New Zealand's acting PM, David Seymour, quickly had officials working to understand the impacts, emphasizing that there was no indication of malicious cyber activity. Similarly, a spokesman for Germany's Interior Ministry stated there was no evidence that the outages were caused by a cyber attack. The Swiss Federal Office for Cybersecurity blamed the outages on a faulty update or misconfiguration by Crowdstrike. Crowdstrike CEO George Kurtz was quick to act and acknowledged the mishandling took place at his company's end. He quickly apologized and indicated that while some systems could recover automatically, others required manual intervention to apply the fix. Of course, his company couldn't do it alone, so CrowdStrike and Microsoft actively collaborated with CrowdStrike to address the situation. They deployed hundreds of engineers to assist affected customers, provided tech guidance, and shared remediation documentation. Microsoft also engaged with other cloud service providers like Amazon Web Services and Google Cloud Platform to coordinate recovery efforts. For users experiencing persistent issues, Crowdstrike recommended booting systems into safe mode or the Windows recovery environment to delete a specific file called c291.sys in the Crowdstrike directory. This manual workaround was necessary for systems that did not recover automatically after the update. As of now, most of the systems are back online, and others are being fixed worldwide. Do let me know in the comments section what you think about this outage. I also made a video on half-baked AI products that claim to replace our smartphones. It's popping up on your screens. Click now, and I'll catch you there in a second.